What's up, guys? Inigami here, and let's go through some One Piece Treasure Cruise news. Nothing's happening on the Japanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise, and on the global version, we're getting a quick little event here. It's going to start on the 30th to the 12th. We're getting Rainbow Gems every day. How exciting! On the 30th to the 4th, we're getting double drop rates for weekly quests. Those are your crabs, penguins, lobsters, blah blah blah. Also, more importantly on that, is that Lobster Island is coming to global. So, not sure if that's going to be a permanent addition. You can see right there. Plus, on Friday the 2nd, we're going to get Lobster Island. That may or may not be a permanent addition to global. If it is a permanent addition, that'll be great. It'll make it a lot easier for people to get those global lobsters that a lot of people are missing out on. Otherwise, get them while you can. Get them while they're hot. We're also getting the 5 stamina Elder Turtle Island. If you've never done the Elder Turtle Island before, what it is that it's 5 stamina. It is 5 stages, and all those stages are guaranteed to be first 1 Elder Turtle and 4 teenagers, then 2 Elder Turtles and 3 teenagers, then 3 Elders, 2 teenagers, so on, until the last stage is all Elder Turtles. Now, what you can do, and what I highly recommend that you do, is while you're running this island, if you get like 3 teenagers, just quit the island. You click on the menu button, and then click give up or quit. I don't remember which one it is. Let's say, were you sure you like to quit? You'll lose out on whatever you got. Say yes. That way, you can restart the island. Yes, you lose out on 5 stamina, but then you get to have extra Elder Turtles, and getting 1 or 2 more Elder Turtles, so you can get a run of 5 Elder Turtles, and that is definitely quite worth it. If you can at least get, I personally always go for at least 3 Elder Turtles, maybe 4 Elder Turtles or 5 Elder Turtles, the dream. From the 30th to the 5th, we're getting better stamina refills from snails. So from snails, it's on the image here, it has a green balloon, but oftentimes whenever we have an event from Dead End Mushis, they have a green balloon, so I'm not sure if they're going to be red balloons or green balloons, but it does give you an extra chance or a higher rate of getting stamina refills from those Dead End Mushis, so that is nice. We're also getting half stamina island across all stages, so that's going to be pretty nifty. And we're going to get a Merry Go Max event. Now, this is basically useless for most players who have already maxed out their Merry Go, but if you're starting out the game or you still have just gotten really unlucky with your ships, your Merry Go, that's the 1.5 times attack Merry Go, has 1.5 times attack for that week. Or for that week. If you have the 1000 Sunny, you have the 1000 Sunny Max, this event basically means absolutely nothing to us. It's not like the Merry Go is better. It's like a bad version of the 1000 Sunny 2 ship that came out with the 2-year anniversary on the Japanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise. If you don't know what that was, on the 2-year anniversary of One Piece Treasure Cruise on Japan, I think it was the 2-year anniversary was when we get the 1000 Sunny 2. We got a second version of the 1000 Sunny, and that gave us 1.5 times attack and set all your specials to max at the very beginning. But the Merry Go, not really useful, guys. If you already have the Merry Go max out, it doesn't mean anything at all. You can still level your Merry Go during the event if you so please. And Nell's coming back around, and we have a Sugalfest event. The Sugalfest event is gonna be a 48-hour Sugalfest again. It is guaranteed gold Sugalfest, so all your pulls will be 4 stars or better, no more silvers, but you still can get those trash golds like version 1 Straw Hats. And the 11th pull is guaranteed to be a Sugalfest boosted character. That is either one of the 4 stars or 5 stars here, so that's Baby 5, Hack, Caesar, Giola, Jabra, Khalifa, Thatch, Int, Ivankov, Whitey Bay, or Monet, or it can also be Mihawk, Sengoku Hancock, or Rayleigh. Now, we're not sure if that 11th pull has the same rates of being any of those characters, if that means we basically have a 4 out of 14 chance of getting a 6-star character from multi-pulls on the 11th pull specifically. That'd be pretty cool. That's a pretty decent chance of getting a 6-star character from multi-pulls. Or if the 11th pull is still going to have a lower rate, so that's still possible. Then we'll have to see how it is. We'll see what people's reports on how often they're getting a either a Mihawk, Sengoku, Rayleigh, or Hancock from that 11th pull. Now, personally, I'm still not buying gems on Global until they give us some more challenging stuff like the Colosseums. We did get Aokiji Zero Stamina, but that is just a first start. And speaking of Aokiji Zero Stamina, I know you guys have probably heard of this by now. If you haven't been sticking around the One Piece Treasure Cruise subreddit or haven't tried the Training Forest, you might not know this, but on stage 17 of Aokiji Forest, that stage 17 on Japan is Ein and Zephyr. And a lot of people are really excited about what is it going to be when it comes to Global. Are we going to get Ein and Zephyr on that stage 17? Does that mean that we might get Ein and Zephyr in the future? And guess what? Turns out on stage 17 we have Very Good, that being from the Buster Call raid, Very Good, and Aokiji. So there is no Zephyr at all on Zero Stamina Aokiji. And then what does that mean? Does that mean Zephyr's never coming to Global? Let's say this. I, for one, have always said, I don't know if it's copyright issues. I doubt that it's copyright issues. But, I mean, with this new turn of events, it very well might be that Aokiji, that Bandai Namco just no longer has the rights, or did not purchase the rights for the global version to have Zephyr allowed in it. Now, if you're unfamiliar with how these things work, it's if it is a licensing issue, and let's use the term licensing properly. It's not copyright, it's licensing. If licensing an IP's, a game developer company goes to an IP or goes to the holder of the IP and say, hey, we would like to purchase the rights to these characters and make a game about this, and then there'll be some sort of contract written out between those two groups, the game developing company and the holder of the IP, of whoever holds that IP, be it a movie company, a comic book company, or in this case, a manga studio or manga publisher. And they'll do these negotiations for whatever characters and whatever artworks and whatever voice actors and whatever lines that they will actually have these contracts over. And this does not mean that there are going to be no movie characters on Global. This does not mean anything about Global movies or anything like that, because those will each have their own contracts most likely. They could do a blanket purchase. They could, but I wouldn't count out that Global will not get any movie characters at all. It's most likely that just Zephyr specifically, maybe it's an old contract that ran out and there's just cost them too much to renew it. In which case, Bandai Namco would most likely make some sort of new character to replace it, just like they did with Very Good and Aokiji. Which character that's going to be, we're not sure. The reason it could be taking so long is maybe they've had a hard time trying to figure out what character to make it for balancing reasons. Because, as you know, if you feed a character to itself, then you can get sockets on that character. So if they made instead of a Zephyr raid, they made a Very Good raid or something like that, then you can also feed Very Good from the Buster Call raid to the raid boss Very Good, and that would make some balancing issues for that. So I would expect that to be one of the reasons why we haven't gotten Zephyr yet. A lot of people in the community have tried contacting Bandai Namco about this. I've tried contacting them several times myself, and every time they get back to me, it's always been, we can't talk to you about future events, sorry, but we'll keep you in the loop, and then they just ignore me. So I've given up trying to talk to Bandai Namco. One of the big things, like my really only criticism of this, is Bandai Namco is still living in the old game company way of doing things, the same way Niantic is. But Niantic, the developers of Pokemon Go, have been getting a lot better. They have been actually starting to communicate with us again, and you can see it in the community how much happier people are whenever Niantic actually talks about what they're going through and talks about what sort of problems they're hitting and why they're doing the things they're doing. And that's something that, oh, hey, look, One Piece Terror Cruise crashed. I've actually haven't had that happen before. That would be something that I would love to have. What is going on with my One Piece Terror Cruise? I don't even know what's going on with One Piece Terror Cruise anymore. Whatever, we'll figure it out later. But I've given up with Bandai Namco. They're a big old company. They do their big old company things. They just will not give us any updates as far as what's going on with One Piece Terror Cruise in the future. They're in the last Sugo Fest event on Global. It was supposed to be the 11th pull with guaranteed golds, but a lot of people were getting silvers from those multi-pulls on their 11th pull. Some people have reported this. Bandai Namco did come back to those emails and say, yes, this does seem to be an issue and they are looking into it. So we'll have to see what Bandai Namco does. If you did multi-pulls and you got silver characters instead of gold characters, they might give us some gems back, because they will be able to tell if people bought gems or not, or if people did multi-pulls and got a silver character. But yeah, you know, rip Zephyr. No more Zephyr on Global confirmed. Let's see how it is. Guys, I'm Zenigami. Thank you so much for watching. Extra special thanks to our Patreon supporters, Carlos Baron, Super Crazy Apple, Akek, and Pata Magician. If you'd like to support this, if you like what I do, go to patreon.com/Zenigami and subscribe. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Y'all stay beautiful.